Bible. We look at the conditions that we are in today, the history and the artifacts that we found through diligent searching out the truth of the earth. And we know that the Lord had left a bread trail, if I may, a crumb trail to us finding back and getting back to our heritage. But there's something we have to do. We have to be obedient to what he puts right in front of us. You understand? And that's the word of the Lord. So who all we got in here tonight?
So we waiting on some other zones to join, but right now we got Durham, Officer 50 Akashka out in the Bahamas, and Charlotte just joined us as well.
So we got the Bahamas and
Charlotte and Durham.
Charlotte, okay. Most High in Christ. Everybody to what?
Come on, sir.
Cancer.
All right. So Yonazar, you know what I like to do, brother. What's before Cap get in? You know what I'm saying? We try to go over some hot topics. Try to go into them and answer any questions. If anybody have anything that they want to go over, or ask questions about, now's the time to do it.
So like I said, if I may.
Come on.
So like I said, can you hear me?
Cut. I can barely hear you, but I can make out what you're saying, but you're kind of low.
Okay. I'm gonna turn up our volume a little bit. So do you hear me better on this mic?
That's Tuab. That mic is that mic is a good mic.
Come on, sir. You definitely bought this one.
First of all, sir, if I may, I just want to say like how grateful we are, man, to be in the U.P.K, man. After this whole Martin Luther King thing was broken down, it caused me to realize how Tuab and how great our leader is compared to these wicked bastards of the past. Like it's like oil and clear water. You know what I'm saying? It's like they were so filthy. Like it's like damn. You know what I'm saying? And
I should like it. Can you give me Isaiah 56 and 10 about Kusha? Go ahead, Jonas. I'm listening.
I just wanted to say that like I'm just grateful to be in the U.P.K, and I'm sure all the brothers out there feel the same way. You understand what I'm saying? But another thing I saw out of Baba Kashab was that America attacked some more of the Houthis over there in Yemen.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I said, if I may, is that I would believe what they're really trying to do is to limit the opposition in the Middle East, because they're destroying like, different missile locations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that Israel could have a free hand over there when the war escalates. That's just something that I saw today, sir.
But if you notice, they doing all this thing, but the Lord is definitely pulling them in the direction of what He wants to happen in the earth. That's what's happening. We're seeing the Most High is letting His will be done, and this prophecies that are in the Bible. And what He's doing is he pulling them slowly back so they can definitely stay in this turmoil. Yes. That they have this war, right? But all of it is for us to be free. You understand? Everything that we're seeing, and we're seeing the things on the news that they try to cover up or hide from us, knowing the true conditions of that region that's happening in the earth. Guess what? That place is going to be destroyed. All these prophecies that are in the Bible will come to pass. So as Black, Hispanics, Native Indian, we have a great job to do, and that's turning back to serving our Lord, man. In this day and age, there are tons of evidence that you can see clearly what your decision making should be based on, right? If you have any, that tool between your two shoulders, right? It's a thing that you should be able to say, you know what, this is good for us and this is bad for us. This day and age, if you look at the Christian church, the examples that they put in front of us, there clearly something missing in that church, man. The directions that they're going in in the manner that what they're doing over the years had never benefited Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. You understand? No difference in Catholicism. All the religions of the earth are man-made. You understand? You can examine all the religions in the earth, and you'll be drawn back to one conclusion. None of it makes any damn sense. But when you read the Bible as knowing the truth of the earth, and you learn that truth by coming into the I.S.U.P.K, getting these classes, getting under these preaching prophets to the Lord, and listening and learning to change your life, you'll be able to see some things that are quite obvious to you. You'll be able to see that, guess what? The world and their standpoint and how they want things done is completely against the Most High. I don't know what else to say. It completely goes against the Most High. So that's why you're seeing all the wars, Jonas. Are these things that the earth is doing, the way the U.S. is moving with Yemen and Pakistan and Iran and you know what I'm saying? The Saudi Arabia, they keep playing around. Like Commander Junior Hunter said, your oil and your gas will be $15 a gallon. They keep playing around. Keep playing around. You're seeing that the world has decided that, guess what? They want Agent Orange back in office. So if we're not making a decision about if we're not making a conscious decision about what we do with our lives, then guess what? We're going to get swept up into the bull crap of the earth, man. We have to be paying attention to what's going on in this day and age, all right? We shouldn't be entangled with the ways of the world, but we should know what the hell is going on, right? All right. And so I know we was talking about MLK, and you said how ignorant he moved, but even on his did anybody know what MLK said after he realized that the civil rights movement did not work, and it had been it just didn't work for the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians? Did anybody know what he said?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
He said that basically, like, we felt like he led our people into a burning house.
Now, why would a leader that they've given such statue, right? Why do you think, what was it that happened for somebody to realize that and say that?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Because he saw that he was duped. He saw that he was fooled by them, and that the spirit that he was bringing, you understand, to us was beneficial to the enemy and not for us. And he saw that what they set up for us was destruction of us. And he realized that he was the sellout.
Now, Yanazar, you're going to have to tell me, like, who is, now you got to clarify, who are we talking about here? You're saying they. We want to break it down so the people that are listening are completely clear about what it is that we're saying when we say us and them, Baba Pashal.
Okay, so they I'm talking about, first of all, is Martin Luther King and what they call the Big Six, the sellouts. You understand? Because they all, retreated. You understand? Once Martin Luther King said what he said, all of them kind of disappeared from the program. Once King said what he said, I remember being, I was a little boy back in them days, but I remember that kind of stuff. And I remember, and what the generals bring out reminds us that the sellouts, are Martin Luther King and his group, and the ones that they were duped by are the same people we're being duped by today. And the epitome of that was when they had the march. They brought in what? They brought in a Jew. They brought in a Catholic priest and a Protestant, an old white Christian. You understand? And those are the same people.
They brought in a so-called Jew.
Yes, Slovakia, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. They brought it, and these are the same people. You understand? That had us in slavery.
When you say people, who are you referring to?
I'm talking about the heathen now. These people that I just mentioned already.
Okay, when you say heathens, listen. The reason why I'm saying this, Jonazar, because when you say heathens, if Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian never sat down in our classes when you say heathen, who do you think they most of the people that been in Christian church, when you say heathen, we think that that's us. So you have to clarify when you say them and they, who are we talking about?
So what I'm talking about here, these people represents the Catholic Church, white Protestants, white Protestants, and small hats.
Right, and we would just say they are called who today? The oppressors. Okay,
The oppressors.
Well, there you go. Come on, Yanazar.
And so these are the same people, as the general brought out, that put Kennedy. I don't know if y'all remember. Like I remember Kennedy. I remember when he was murdered. I remember exactly where he was and what Kennedy was trying to do. And so Kennedy, with these same people behind him, was trying to make America appear liberal. You understand?
Right.
And he was murdered for various reasons, but that was one of the reasons. He was going too far with integration and helping black people, so he was murdered. You understand? But the same people that brought him into power was the same people, as the general brought out, that backed Martin Luther King and gave them that 1.5 million, or promised them that 1.5, because we don't know whether they got it or not.
See, we got to break this thing all the way down, Yanazar. And what you brought up is great, but just to break it down so everybody can understand, that was a point that most of us don't even realize why Martin the Luther the King was placed in front of us, right? And the reason why he was placed in front of us was to head the overall head, to be head of a movement that they could not control. They did not understand what Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians were doing, or the movement itself. So what Yanazar is going into is how the government paid the Big Six, or Martin Luther the King, to take control of a movement and to so-called guide Black people to this fake promised land that has never happened, right?
So like this,
never happened. So, and how much would they promise, Yanazar? How much they promised them? Do you remember?
They promised them. They gave them 800,000 at first, according to what the general brought out, and then they promised them another 700,000.
Now let me say this: when you think about the conditions of Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, right? You mean to tell me this big head Negro sold his people out and split $800,000 six ways?
One concept. We talking about 1960s money, man. Like in 1960s, right? In the 60s, you could buy a house in New York City for $35,000.
It's not even that. It's not even the money value. It's the what I learned when we talk about Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, right? There's not enough money in the world that you can give to me, and I understand, to sell out my people, man. Because you know what, you got to wear that. You got to look at yourself every day and be like, you know what, I know what I'm doing, and because the weight of what he did, he knew what he did as to why he said what I fear I had just marched my people into a burning what? A burning building, a burning house. Because he realized that, guess what, man? I done sold these people a dream that I know cannot come true. Who's holding that scripture for me that I asked for earlier?
Canon 1 Canon.
Come on, read it for me, brother.
Isaiah chapter 56 and the 10th verse. His watchmen are blind.
Mm-hmm.
They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs.
Mm.
They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber.
Most High in Christ. So somebody break this thing down for me. Say let's start from the top. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. What is this saying? What is Isaiah saying? What is being said right here?
So like you say, if I may.
Come on.
The watchmen are supposed to be the leaders, which back then were the priest and the judges. They were supposed to be watching over us, but they are not. They've turned their eyes unto other, things. They're looking at something other than what they should be looking at, and they're not telling the people the truth as to what's going on at that particular time.
That's true, but what else? What else are watchmen used for?
To warn the people.
Right, to warn the people of what?
Danger.
Danger, right? Said watchman. So what good is it to have a blind watchman? You get that? What good does it say you're the one that's supposed to be watching for what? Danger, but you're blind. So what does this mean? You can't see the danger that is what? Approaching. These deals that are made in behind closed doors that Martin Orgy Mike made, he had to have been completely blind to not understand what he was doing to his people. You understand? He was considered to be a what? A watchman. As to why people marched across Selman Bridge following him, right? Why so many people allowed dogs and watching young ladies and babies be attacked by dogs and get hit by water cannon. You will only do that because you're thinking you're following somebody who can what? See. But later on, we find out that what? His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. Meaning what? They are ignorant to the fact of the danger that they are pushing our people into. They are ignorant of the things that are coming that can hurt, harm, or destroy the black community. You understand? We have a show that's on Netflix right now. It's called Snowfall. One guy thought he was becoming the greatest drug dealer of all times, not realizing that guess what? He was going to ultimately what? End up destroying his own life, man. And that's what happened when we not following the law, statutes, and commandments. We begin to make decisions that are what? They're ignorant. How many things that we done in the past out of ignorance? We celebrated Christmas. We've celebrated Thanksgiving. Some of us went out and celebrated Martin Luther King. And the only reason why you would go out and do that is because we're what? You blind.
Blind.
All right. So it says what? They are all dumb dogs. What does this mean?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Like when it says like they're like dumb dogs that won't bark, it's like they basically, it's like, for example, like they could see like alternative lifestyle, for example. Our people in the condition that they in, like rather selling drugs, and they just turn like a deaf ear to it. Like they don't warn our people, they don't tell them what they need to hear. They just like, use like pacifying words. Like they don't say what needs to be said to correct whatever it is, for example. Like
Now,
dumb dogs don't.
Now I'm going to say that you're right, but I got to show you how to break this thing down so even a child can understand it, right? It says they are all dumb dogs, right? Come on.
So can y'all hear me online, Barbara, sir? All right, most high in Christ. Like, so it's like, sir, where it says they're all dumb dogs. You buy a dog for security,
right?
To protect your house.
Yeah.
To protect your family.
The dog would be much like who?
The watchman.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go. All right. Now you're cooking with hot grease. All right, come on with it.
As far as that dog goes, it said it's a dumb dog. He's not going to be the one that's going to be out there, watching for the people. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Watching for his owner.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be that dumb dog that's going, ain't going to say nothing when trouble come around.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not the right watchman, because he's dumb.
Y'all ever seen a dumb dog? You ever seen a dog that you look out the window, you say something? I done seen a dumb dog before. You look out the window and say, look at that dumbass dog. It's like for my language. You see that? What in the world he doing? The dog out there trying to bite the wind. What is wrong with this dog? You understand? You look out there and you see this something's wrong with this dog. Something wrong with him. They just bark for no reason. Just mad at the dog to sit there. What the hell wrong with this dog? It's a dumb dog. You give him you like listen. You give a dog a big old what you call it, a nice steak, what sirloin? Like you give a dog a sirloin, he won't eat it. He'll rather go over there and chew on grass. Man, there's something wrong with this dog. Where I get this dog from? What good is this dog to me? This dog is just as good as a what? A blind what? A blind watchman. Right? Come on, Ayathan.
So like it, that dumb dog, that's that dog that anybody walking the yard, dog wagging the tail, ready to play, jumping
Yeah.
around, rolling over, pitching
Come.
everywhere. So like it.
Right. A dumb dog let anybody pet him. He'll do a trick for anything. He'll lay down for anybody. Instead of what? Being a watchman, being on guard, being on shamar. Come on, Ayathan.
So like if I may, and that describes our leaders, you know
Right.
what I'm saying?
There you
Ready
go.
for anybody to pet them,
Mhm.
ready to roll over and do a trick for anybody,
Mhm.
for anything, you know what I'm saying? Don't
Right.
no danger from their left foot or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Is ready to play.
Yeah.
Or give, you know what I'm saying, do something for anything.
And you know what it really comes from? See, it goes back to the same reason why our people was complaining when we was in the wilderness. It's easy to eat out of those flesh pots. You understand? You forget that you're a slave. You understand? You forget the very fact of, guess what? There's somebody that's ruling over me that I have to report to that does not see my best interests. You understand? And then you have people who willing to sell you out to get what they need so they cannot feel the same thing that you feeling. They give you the idea that they better than you. But what it turns out to be, that guess what? The Lord says he ended up realizing I just marched my people into a burning building. Come on with it.
So like I don't know if I may.
That mic
This is
ain't
the reason
working.
why you might have to turn the gain up on him. Salaki, if I may. Check.
There we go.
Most High in Christ. But this is the reason why Solomon says, lead not a beggar's life.
Right.
You think about a dumb dog come around you begging, is wanting scraps. You know, Solomon said it's better to die than to beg.
Right.
So what do we look like, being beggars with respect to our enemy?
I'm glad you said that.
Salaki, sir.
You know what a dumb dog would do? A dumb dog would roll over on his back and let a stranger rub his belly. Y'all ever seen that? This dog is supposed to be a watchman for the house, to sound the alarm, to alert. Come on with it.
So like I said, just two things. First thing, what you're saying right there is real heavy, because that's exactly what MLK did. He like laid down, letting the oppressor rub his belly. Officer Mahyar said, once that time of swallowing in the Watergate hotels was over, he knew the oppressor played him like a tune, and that's when he started saying, like, yeah, I led my people into a burning house. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. And okay, sir.
Now, hey, you know what's even more heavier? When you know you're being played and you still lay there.
Con. Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Captain of 13,009 Doc is ready, sir.
Okay. Most High in Christ. And with that, I'm going to turn the class over to Preacher Prophet of the Lord, Captain of 13,000, Captain Nine Thought, Bun Yummy. Clap it up. Barak, Yahweh Shimei Al-Shabrak Thug.
Shalom, Yahweh Shai. How y'all doing?
With Tawab by the one.
Tawab, sir.
All right. Where we at? You're talking about MLK?
Or you might come one con, sir.
You'll already get past the what you again? Past Watergate.
We were just going into how what was brought out about I think we've been going over all week what the general was talking about, the big six, if I may, how they sold out for 1,000. Was it 1.5 million?
Yeah, close to 1.5 million. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Come. What's his name? Ruskin. Hey, hold on.
Bayard Rustin.
Yeah. Hold on,
Come on. Y'all want to turn the camera around? So, what is it? Is the battery's dead in that thing? Be smart.
have with another block here. It's it's called a cloud lifter.
Sorry about that, Akim. Yeah. There's a I think a movie right now out. I didn't watch it because it's about I think it was Bernard Ruskin, or is that the brother name?
Yes, sir. Come. Bayard Rustin. Bayard.
Right. He was he a member of the unity?
Come. He was IUIC, sir.
The Lavender Lads. Yeah. Because there's a movie out and it's actually depicting him in that limelight. You know what I mean? With our oppressor. So you know what I mean? That's why the whole civil rights turned into what? Women rights, then turned into the community rights.
So like
You understand? Come on.
I actually saw the movie, unfortunately, and he is IUIC, and he had an affair with a Christian pastor, and this pastor was struggling because he didn't want to be outed. At that point in time, they were outing, the brothers that was on the down low or what have you, and he was married to a woman whose father owned a church, and the father wanted to give the church to the son-in-law, the one that was having the affair with Rustin, and so eventually they ended up cutting it off or what have you. But it's just a shame because it's showing the Christian pastors in their true light. It's being revealed for everyone. Salakia.
Right, and also to what is showing. What is it showing? Above all, what is it showing? What's the name of the movie? What's the name of the movie? Is it Ruskin?
Come on, sir.
I think it's Rustin, yeah.
Rustin or Ruskin?
Rustin with a T. Rustin. Bayard Rustin.
Rustin. Okay. Just type it in and say one. No, because someone is was asking what's the name of the movie. I think a sister. Kana. All right. Right. Okay, but what are they saying? What are they pushing?
Salakia, sir. That like the Christian church is like the home of is the home of Satan. It's also like the home of homosexuality. It's a lot of homosexuality that goes on in these Christian churches, specifically with these pastors.
Okay. I need a precept. Yeah, precept. All right. I need a precept. Come on, you. All right. When I say a precept, meaning this, this whole Martin Luther King movement, what was it based on?
Salakia, sir. Was it integration?
Yes.
Salakia, sir.
This is a better question. What was it not based on? Come on, Tabo one.
Oh, Salakia, so based on how you worded, I'm not sure.
Yeah, the whole movement, what was it not based on? Why did it fall?
Sluggish, sir. It wasn't based on separation and fighting for, it wasn't based on the Most High. It was based on begging the so-called oppressor, trying to fight for equality. It's based on equality instead of, unity and equality and all that nonsense.
Okay, what you are saying is, okay, those are you giving me pieces of it. I want the whole thing, right? Remember, you had the Black Panthers, right? They fell, right? You had Marcus Garvey. He fell. That movement never came to fruition. You understand? We had Black Wall Street. That fall.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Salakia, sir.
None of it was based.
Go ahead, K1.
Salakia. It wasn't based on the truth. You know what I mean? The scriptures, the laws of the Most High.
That's it. It was not, none of these things we call in was based on what? The Bible. So of course it's going to what? Fall. Of course, you're going to have people in that movement that believe in what? Everything other than the what? Than the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So now, that's why I say, give me, I need a precept.
Salakia Adawan. Can we use Judith 5:17?
Come on, read it for me.
All right, it says, and whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the power that hateth iniquity was with them. Verse 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. The temple of their power.
I'll take that. I'll take that right there. Any more?
So, lucky, sir. I would say Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Come on.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it should come to pass, if thou would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, thy power, Salakia, to observe and to do all his commandments, and his statutes, which I command thee this day, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Yes, and that's the bedrock, that's the milk right there for them. You understand? And then give me Isaiah 30 and 1. All right. All of these movements, they had something in common. They all tried to do it what? The leaders all tried to do it their way. Right? They all try to do it their way. Martin Luther King was after the philosophy of who? Come on.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Yes, Mahatma Gandhi, who was an East Indian. What he did for the East Indian, he came out as a what? A hero for those East Indians. To the point they have a country for their own people. You understand? Right? After Luther King movement, what happened? What? He cried, basically cried on television and said what? I think I had led my people into what? A burning house.
Okay.
You understand? After you done lead them deep into the forest, you don't do what? You don't go on and left them, and now they're trying to find a way back. And we in all type of philosophy right now. All right? Tabo One, see if you could get that YouTube clip of Cameron, and I forget the other brother. I think it's Mace. All right, which was I think it's on the one on that Mark Lamont commented on. All right, I want that one. Come on, who has Isaiah for me? Isaiah 30. Come on.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord.
Right? The Bible is saying, woe unto the rebellious children. Right? Meaning destruction unto what? These rebellious children. And rebellious children are who? Children who what? Going against what the Lord said, put down.
Okay.
Right? How many people you hear saying that Bible is over 2,000 years old? We can't go by everything in it. That's a rebellious child.
Okay.
You understand? That's a person who just wants to sin and don't want anybody to tell them anything.
Right.
All right, read on.
That take counsel, but not of me.
But take what?
Take counsel.
Counsel, right?
Okay.
Right? Mahatma Gandhi. That's who counsel they want to take. Nelson Mandela. That's who counsel they want to take. You understand? You don't want to take the counsel of the Lord. Meaning you don't want to open the Bible, take the time, sit down and see what the Lord had to say. Have to say. Right? Read on.
But not of me. And that cover with a covering. But not of my spirit.
Right? And what's that covering that we covering with? Was that covering?
So, like it, sir,
Come on.
the culture and the religions of the other nations
Yes.
and the
So
philosophies of the other nations.
correct. So in other words, we covering ourselves with what? Christianity, which comes from what? The oppressor,
Okay.
right? Because you could clearly see his whole Christianity is different from your Christianity. Your Christianity teach you to do what? What does black people Christianity teach them to do?
To be good slaves here in America, sir.
Yes, to accept anything and everything. You understand? What has Islam taught them? What has Islam taught them?
It's like it, sir.
Come on.
Basically, they can do anything they want as long as they pray 5 times a day.
Yeah. You understand? You understand? Sell drugs. You name it. Sell pork. Eat pork. Right? Those are the 2 major religions that black people find themselves in. Right? And it has not changed us. It hasn't bettered us. In all these years, if we become Christians, right? If we become Christians for all these years, right? These went into Islam for all these years, and the religion was so what? So good and so right. Then where's the change in black people? Why the ghettos getting worse? Why they getting worse? You understand? Read on.
That they may add sin to sin.
That they were what?
May add sin to sin.
That they may add sin to what? Sin. You understand? You in Christianity, you add in what? Sin on what? Sin. You in Islam, you're doing the same thing. You in any other philosophy, you are Rastafarian, you are adding sin to sin. Right? Right? Read on.
Verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Right? And did what?
To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
And this is so, you know what I mean, so on point with that whole movement that Martin Luther King did. Right? That whole civil rights movement. Read that part over one more time.
Verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
Right? They walk and went down into Egypt. Meaning what? What does it mean by we walk and went down into Egypt?
It's like it, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
That they basically conform. Well, they conform to the ways of the oppressor of Egypt. They would rather be like them.
Take that on.
Like, you know, you marching, going to go vote, stuff like that.
Yes. How you doing what? When you start doing that, you are showing that you do what?
You trust in them. You trust
yes, you are trusting in America. You are trusting in the oppressor way of life. You understand? We don't march. You understand? And marching is a form of what?
Begging.
Yes, whole way out and give me that. Whole way out and give me that in the Apocrypha. I think is
you got it.
Ecclesiasticus 14, I think 28.
Beggar's life.
Yes. All right. Read that part over one more time. Hawan.
Okay. To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
So you strengthen yourself, right? And the strength of who? Pharaoh. right? You think America with all the military might, you on the winning side. That's what they try to. That's what Pharaoh try to convince you. Pharaoh trying to convince you that you are on the winning side because he has all the military equipment. He have everything you need to protect himself. Right? So you trust in America. You trust in it. You trust in the political system. You trust in the judicial system. Right?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
I have a question. Could you also use Isaiah 9:16 as a precept as far as the leaders, like the Christian pastors also?
Isaiah what?
Could we also use that as a precept?
Isaiah
9:16.
Yes. That's one of those precepts for your leaders. Yes, definitely. Right. Hey, number one, do you have the sign-in sheet?
Oh, Salaki, sir. Salaki, I do. My bad, Salaki. I'll upload it.
Okay,
in the chat,
that's right. Yeah.
Come on, Council.
We got a scripture.
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead. Say it one more time. Put up.
Okay.
Put up. Slakia, brother. Slakia.
You two. Oh God, it's the book of Ecclesiastes.
Give me all this gray hair, right?
Most side. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 40, verse 28. My son, lead not a beggar's life.
My what?
Lead not a beggar's life.
And this is something you have to. This is something you instill in your kids. You understand? When it say my son, it ain't just about your son. It's talking about your daughter also too. You understand? You would teach your kids not to lead a what? A beggar's life.
Right.
And our black leadership have taught us to lead a beggar's life. Don't beg the oppressor for justice. How you beg the man that put you in slavery for justice? You just saw on the show on Commander General YAHANNA radio show yesterday where one of these oppressors was on a news conference and was crying over the fact that men who went to jail and was actually having good behavior, that was letting out. He was begging for them to stay back, begging for them not to let them go because they were good. They were good prisoners. Like, what the hell is that?
Right.
You understand? Like, what is that? So you telling me you want to cage these men up as animals for what? For the rest of their life? Nah. No. I mean, that's why the Lord have to send Christ back to get vengeance for black people, justice for black people, because we got a cruel man over us, a cruel oppressor over us, a man that has no conscience. You have to have no type of conscience to go before the public and ask that the prisoners who are exhibiting good behavior be held back in prison.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is that?
Like it, sir.
Come on. Come on.
Well, I was wondering if I could use Ezekiel 35:5 as a precept for the Edomite that wanted to keep the brother in jail.
Read it to me here.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Yes, I'll that. Yes. You understand? Like, we destroyed, but they still want to do what? Oppress us more and more. You understand? They want to oppress us more in this place. Right? Read on. Any more to it?
Sorry.
So like, sir, this is verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue.
And that's what's going on right now. The Lord is preparing your oppressor unto blood.
That's right.
Starting with the so-called man. You understand? They get in the behind whooped in Gaza. They're squealing like pigs. You ever hear pigs squeal? You carry a pig to slaughter. The pig know he going. You ever hear a pig squeal? How does a pig squeal? What does it sound like?
Like bloody murder.
It sounds like a baby yelling out, crying out. You know what I mean? At the top of its lungs. And that's what the Lord doing. He preparing the oppressor unto blood. For what he did, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. What's going on right now in Gaza happened to who? Who it happened to? The so-called Native Indians.
Right.
You understand? Where the so-called oppressor came and did what? Killed and murdered and took the land from the Native Indians. Nobody in the UN right now crying for the Native Indians. Nobody in the UN right now crying out for the so-called Mexicans or the blacks and Hispanics here in America. Nobody. But everybody want to cry for the Palestinians. I ain't got no cheers for the Palestinians. Sorry. Yes, sir. Read on.
Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Brother, ain't no bigger murder on the face of it than the oppressor. Since you're scared of blood, guess what's going to follow you? Blood is going to follow you. You all are going down in the valley of Jehoshaphat, going to the Middle East. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that war has nothing to do with your people.
Right.
I know you want to call yourself an American. I know you want to call yourself, you know what I mean, this, you know what I mean, with drape yourself in the blue and white, you know, star strangled banner. But brother, we ain't that.
Right.
Sisters, we ain't that. That beef they have going on in the Middle East between the Arabs and the Africans, we have nothing to do with that. Nothing. Read on.
Verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate.
He's going to do what?
Make Mount Seir most desolate.
And Mount Seir, when he say he's going to make Mount Seir so desolate, what is he saying?
It's like it, sir.
Uh-huh.
That he'll basically he'll destroy Mount Seir.
Yeah, meaning what?
That he'll destroy the so-called oppressor. Well, not Select.
Wherever the oppressor is Mount Seir. And he's going to destroy it. You understand? He is going to destroy it. Right? Do you know what they do to establishments that where crime or some horror took place? What do they do with it?
Select, sir.
Come on.
They try their best to cover it up.
No, not cover it up. Not when it comes to their people.
Oh, Select.
When it comes to the oppressor people, what does he do?
So, like it, sir, if I may.
Come on.
The first thing he does, he tries to minimize the effect of the crime that they've committed.
No. Understand what I'm saying? I'm saying if the oppressor, right? If something evil happened to him, meaning some abuse in some that took place in some house, for over several years or whatever, what does he try to do with that house, with that establishment?
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
He tried to get rid of it, try to remove it, so you don't have to remember it.
Yes, he tries to remove it. He tried to get rid of it. You remember this happened some years ago when I think it was a I don't know if it was a brother or what. You know, it's sad to say. He had some woman tied up in a house.
Kind of one concert
He had
in
some
Ohio.
woman tied up. I believe so. It was in a house, right? And they end up finding it out, right? And found out that he had more than one woman in there.
One.
Chained up. Yeah, come on.
I think they did a documentary on that on Netflix. It was basically a guy kidnapped a bunch of women. It was like the orange something like that.
Uh-huh. What did it did to the house in the end? They teared that house down. Tear it all the way down to the foundation. You would have never thought that house was sitting there with all that evil, where all that evil took place. You understand? And the Lord wants to do that to who? To Mount Seir. He wants to burn this place to the ground. You understand? He wants to erase this man's history, what he has done. He wants to erase it from off the face of the earth. Just like he's trying to erase our history from off the face of the earth. And the Lord will not allow it. What did the Lord say about that? About the earth. You know what scripture I'm talking about? Come on.
6.
Huh?
You talking about where it says the earth was made for our sakes?
No.
The earth was given into and over the wicked. Is that when you're talking about?
No. Context. When I say context, meaning this. I'm talking about the so-called oppressor trying to do what? Trying to wipe us or our name from off the face of the earth. Wipe all our history from off the face of the earth. Come on.
It's when it says that the ordinances of the sun and the moon ceased, when the ordinance of heaven ceased, then will Israel stop being a nation? I'm paraphrasing, of course.
No, not that one. It says what it says. The earth is going to be a help.
Sluggish, sir. You talking about Revelation? The earth to help the woman.
Yes, that's it.
12:6.
Go ahead and read it. Still like a key one. That's what it's going to say.
Sir.
Key one. That's what it's going to say. Which one was going to say?
Last. I was thinking about Psalms 83. Salakia, sir.
What does that say?
That Salakia, I'm paraphrasing, that the name of Israel shall be no more in remembrance.
Yeah, that's what the oppressor wants. You understand?
Salakia, sir.
But this is Top one, you're gonna say something?
No, so Officer Mahayar said Job 20:7.
What does that say?
It's like that on my part. Job 20:7. So like my part's getting it right now, sir.
By the time you'll look for that, right? Go ahead, Paul.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 12 and verse, I'll start at 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
Right. Meaning what? That serpent is who?
Esau, the oppressor.
Yes, the oppressor. Right? And precept.
Genesis.
Which says what?
Serpent, most subtle beast of the field, and the
yes.
Yes.
Yes. And precept to prove that he's the beast. Is it Ezekiel what? I think it's Ezekiel 28 and 8. 34 and 8.
Kind of one concept.
Right.
34.
Good. Go ahead, Kowal.
Verse 16. And the earth helped the woman.
And the what?
And the earth helped the woman. And the earth.
That's go ahead.
Slack cat, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
You understand? The earth is going to help us. You understand? It's been helping us, right? How many artifacts to dig up in America that had what? Hebrew writings on it from the Native Indians.
Right.
To prove that the Native Indians was us. What about the pyramids? The same pyramids that was back in Egypt is the same ones across here in North America and Mexico.
That's right.
You understand? Like, even though they try to destroy us, the earth is going to help us. It's going to more and more bring out that we the people of the Lord. We the real Jews according to the Bible. We the children of Israel according to the Bible. You understand? All right. Now, finish reading. Come here. Right? Martin Luther King and them. There wasn't about the Bible, so of course there wasn't going to what? Read about what Kodam about to read here. Read.
Comic-Con is the book Ecclesiasticus, chapter 40, verse 20. My son, lead not a beggar's life.
Lead not a what?
A beggar's life.
Read on.
For better it is to die than to beg.
For better it is to what?
To die than to beg.
Than to beg. For better it's to die than to beg. You understand? Meaning what? Simply don't put a dress on, brother. You don't have to. You understand? You don't have to take the money they're offering you to be fondled, to do anything. You understand? You don't have to take the money to do what? What did Martin Luther King took money for? And those big-headed Negroes. They took money to do what? To change the whole what? Concept of the march, of the protest. You understand? They took money to do what? Lead us into what? Back into what? Egypt. You understand? You ain't got to do that.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
I was going to ask if we could read the next verse, Baba Kushal, sir.
Come on.
Khan, verse 29. The life of him that depended on another man's table is not to be counted for a life.
Right? You call another table, meaning what? You are Jay-Z, but you depending on who? You depending on the NFL to do what? To put money in your pocket. Right. You Oprah Winfrey, you depending on these people to put money in your pocket. The oppressor to put money in your pocket. You are depending on them. Your life is depending on them. So much that what? The offenses against your people, you refuse to open your mouth because you depend on their bread. You depend on them to feed you. You depend on them. So guess what? You are going to have to sell yourself out to them. All the entertainers, all the basketball players, they depend on the oppressor. So guess what? Their own black people mean nothing to them.
So I got one.
Come on.
I had a precept for that.
Come on.
This book is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 4. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned into fables.
Yes, that's exactly what they did. They turned the ears away from what we're bringing out here. They refuse to hear. Like your what's his name? The one who the Sotomayor. He preferred to go and follow after the Jewish man, the oppressor, than to do what? And to come and sit his butt right in class. He called himself a Jew already, right? You're a Jew. Well, come learn from the men of the Lord, the real men of the Lord. Come learn from us.
Right.
But instead, you want to go and sit with the so-called Jewish man. Why? Because they paid your bills, they made you rich, you depending on their bread. Your life worth garbage to the black community.
Right.
Your life is worth garbage to the Most High. You're gonna sell out your God's chosen people for money. Where to go? Cole, will you finish with that one? You'll finish with that one. Cole, you'll finish with that one, right?
I can read 17 if you want.
No. Is it on topic? If not, you can move on from that.
We can move on.
I want to say you go ahead and finish reading.
Kodon was reading that last scripture you want.
29 other one.
Yeah,
okay.
That was cool.
It says, for he polluted himself with other men's meat, but a wise man well nurtured will beware thereof.
You understand? A wise man, and you brothers here, give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand. You understand? You wise not to depend on the oppressor. You understand? I can't say the same for the Jordans, for your Oprah Winfrey. You understand? Michael Jackson depended on them.
Right.
And what happened to him? He died like a regular old brother. And I shouldn't say a regular. He died, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he died stupid. Let me put it like that. All the money in the world. What about what's the name? Whitney Houston. All the money in the world. Did how Prince died? Did Prince die from a drug overdose too?
Con.
You understand? All the money in the world. You trusted in them. And in the end, you died like a brother who was living on the streets. At least he have a reason for doing what he doing. He under stress. He under the full blunt. The oppressor have his knee in his back, on his chest. What's your reason? Got all the money. You could go to Dubai. Come on.
Got a precept.
Come on.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 18, verse 25. For it is easier for a camel to go through a needle's eye than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God.
You get that? You get that? You understand?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Salaki. I had a question also. Could you also use like the precept, I'm paraphrasing, where it says, what is it if a man profited gain in the world and loseth his soul? Could you use that as well?
That, yes, that goes hand in hand with that scripture that Hawan just pulled. Okay. Give me First Maccabees. First Maccabees, what? 2:18. Let me see what I say. All right. Hold on. Give me First Maccabees 2:18.
Okay.
All right. And then once we finish it, then Taboni ready for me?
So now I just want to make sure I got the right video. You talking about the one where Cameron said something about being African?
Yeah, yes, but
Concert.
there's
You talking
one
about
where
that one? I got.
no, okay. I want the one where Mark Lamont, where he
where he responds.
He commented. Yeah, he responded to show that these two, you know what I mean, brothers. You understand that they both, you know what I mean. Wrong.
I got it, sir.
Okay. If not, I have it right here. All right. Come on.
It's the book of 1 Matthew, chapter 2, verse 18. Now, therefore, come thou first and fulfill the king's commandments, like as all the heathen have done. Yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem. So shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends. And now,
yes, yeah. This is the one where they where certain men of Judah got other brothers and sisters to go sin against the Lord and join the heathens. Yes, you could use that also to show that that is exactly what Martin Luther King did, and them big-headed Negroes that was with him. They got people to go join America and further get destroyed. So now, you understand? Like, it's almost like we're climbing up a very steep hill, Akim. You understand? Some days it's, you know what I mean, it seems as if black people will never, you know what I mean, will never wake up with the type of destruction that these so-called leaders have put on us, these obstacles they have put in, you know what I mean, in front of us. All right, Tabon is going to say something. Tabon is going to say something.
La, sir.
Okay. All right, so yes, it could use that.
Salakia, no, that was me, sir. That was me.
Okay.
Salakia, that was me, sir.
You was going to say something?
Khan, sir. Like, I was going to say, like, I was still holding the question that Officer Mahayar had about Job, 27? I had that scripture whenever you're ready. 27, right, Officer Tabon?
Come on.
This is the book of Job, chapter 20, and verse 7. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Verse 8. He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
And this is what? I don't think this is the one I was looking for.
No, La, so it was when you was looking for the other one and you had found it, but I think Officer Mahayar was trying to see if this was also compatible with it.
Yeah,
but I can't remember the exact.
It was pertaining to the earth showing us like helping us.
No, come. Come.
Yeah.
That was it though, sir.
Okay. All right. So any more questions? If not, I'm gonna jump into, you know what I mean.
Like it, sir.
Come on.
I was wondering if I could get a general breakdown of a cruel messenger.
On what?
Of the cruel messenger.
Yeah, that come. Tabon, you understanding them? Or whoever there. Come on.
You might have to a little bit closer.
You said a cruel messenger.
Spell it.
Well, what's the scripture, Salakia?
Salakia, the book of Proverbs, chapter 27 and 11.
27 and 11. Okay.
Like it, sir. 17 and 11.
Proverbs 17 and 11.
Come on, sir.
Okay, go ahead and read it.
An evil man seeketh only rebellion. Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him.
Right? So say that one more time.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 11. An evil man seeketh only rebellion.
So what does that mean?
So like it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
He finds ways to go against the law.
To rebel.
Come on, sir.
Right? So you finding ways to rebel. So guess what? Read on.
Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him.
What does that mean?
So
uh-huh. Go ahead.
So like I said, I got a definition of cruel.
Mm-hmm.
Cruel, causing pain or suffering to others, of feeling no concern about it, causing pain or suffering.
So meaning what?
Meaning, oh, you're talking to him. Go ahead.
So like I said, that they'll be punished for it. Well, it's like a judge for it. Well, they'll be judged for it.
It's like it, sir.
Come on.
Wouldn't a messenger be an angel?
Look it up.
Right. I mean,
look up the in the Bible. Right.
Right. Somebody got the Zondervan. I thought it was talking about an angel coming against you. Oh, my fault. Right in my damn face.
Kind of what I got this under. He needs the definition for angel. Is that what he was looking for?
Messenger.
No, for messenger.
Was it cruel?
He already got the definition.
Oh, messenger. In the Zondervan.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He said in the Zondervan, right?
Yes.
I was just making sure.
Mm-hmm. Right. So read it one more time.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
An evil man seeketh only rebellion.
Right. So keep that in mind. An evil man seeketh only what?
Rebellion.
Rebellion. Right. And to rebel, meaning you're going like what? You're going against. To be evil basically is what? You're not doing what the Lord said to do, meaning you're going against the Lord's statutes and commandments. You understand? And who does that? Give me some examples.
Like it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Your Christian pastor.
Your pastor. So guess who coming for him? A cruel what? Messenger. Right? Because if he's allowed to be evil, what's going to happen?
So like it, sir.
Uh-huh.
He'll poison his whole congregation.
Yes, he's going to get people unalive. You understand? That's and give me a good example of that. That's Eddie Long. You understand? A cruel messenger had to come and deal with his behind. Why? Because he was abusing boys. He had a position to do what? He was in a position of power to do what? To help black men. To help the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Had a ton of resources. But instead, you know what he took those resources and did? He took it and abused young black men. So guess what? A cruel messenger had to come on. Read the next part of it.
Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him.
Therefore, what? A cruel messenger is going to be sent against him. You understand? That's them angels coming for you. You understand? Right? Give me where it says give it in the Apocrypha. Where it's, I think it says 12 and 12. Ecclesiasticus. Either 12 and 12 or 12 and 6. right? And if you don't find it, call it. Don't worry about that. You're right, right? Messenger is an
It's in
angel.
there, Cap. It's just under angel, not messenger. But the first word is messenger in the definition is under it.
Yes.
Angel.
Read what it says under angel.
It says, oh, I just said it. Where you see, Mark, my eyes is terrible. Where you see, oh, angel, messenger, a supernatural or heavenly being, a little higher in dignity than man.
So this cruel messenger coming to do what? He coming to light fire. You know what I mean? You'll be sleeping. You'll be a drug dealer sleeping on your bed with your gun right next to you on the box, on the nightstand. You understand? Because you worried if them boys gonna come get you for what you just did. You understand? You are unaliver. You worried. You understand? Because that cruel messenger right there. You ever hear the saying about somebody looking over the shoulder after they done do some evil? You understand? You looking over your shoulder to see what? If judgment coming your way. And those cruel messengers is the ones to do what? Bring that judgment. They're gonna bring something evil. Read that last part with the messenger. Not Hawan. Come on.
Said the last part?
Yeah, the last part.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 11, in the middle. Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him.
Right? Shall be sent against him. You understand? Against him. Right? Read on.
Verse
No. Hold on. Kowal, finish with that, right?
It's a little more.
Go ahead.
Angels are created beings. That was the last. That was. It's a little more on it, but you got, it just giving the scriptures and different types of angels.
Good
for the work.
Give me Ecclesiasticus. Anybody find it?
Like I said, I got it.
Come on.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Verse 7. Give unto the good and help not the sinner.
Right, hold on. Skip to verse 12. Let me hear what it says.
Verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat.
No, I think it's somewhere wrong here. What I want, where it speaks about the angel. Hold on. Right. Read that again from the top, from 6.
For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly.
Right, and that's him sending who?
It's like it, sir. That cruel messenger.
Yes. Because you want to be evil. You understand? The Lord can't allow evil to go unpunished. You understand? Can't allow it. I mean, he can't allow you to be, a part of the community and everything just good. No. Right? No. Read on.
And keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Right? And keepeth them against what? The mighty day, against their what? Punishment. All right? Read on.
Verse 7. Give unto the good and help not the sinner.
Right?
Verse
So I think that's it on that.
Count.
All right. That's let me check this one. All right. So you're good with that?
Count, sir. What?
Yeah. Tawada Shabayala. That's it. Is Ecclesiasticus 38 and 28. 39 and 28. Get that for me. Tawada, brother. Right, brother, get in it. You know what I mean? Those of you who, you know what I mean, who hang with us, you know what I mean, don't forget to hit that like button, man. Hit that, get that thumbs up.
I got it.
Go ahead.
This book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 28.
Uh-huh.
There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
Yes, first that what?
Are created for vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Which in their fury lay on sword strokes.
Right? Those are your messengers. You understand? They're angels that are created for what?
For vengeance.
For vengeance. You understand? Read on.
Which in their fury lay on sword strokes.
Mm-hmm.
In the time of destruction, they pour out their force.
All right? Like the Lord. Yeah, I mean, he could fight for us. He has a what? What does the Lord have?
Sir.
Come on.
An army.
He have an army. We just don't see it with his eyes that he gave us. You understand? But he has an army that is sitting and waiting to fight for you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You and only you. That army will not fight for any other race on this earth. They'll fight for you. All right? So that's it. Any more question?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
A question came up in my class, and of course, it's from the Christian perspective. Acts chapter 10, talking about the foods, and there came a voice to him saying, "Rise, Peter, kill and eat." And
so hold on, tell him where you're at.
Acts chapter 10 and verse 13.
All right, and 13. Come on, go ahead.
So I'll start at 11. Acts 10 and 11. And I saw the heaven open, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners, and let down to the earth. Wherein?
Okay, so for brothers and sisters, get you to where the soul at, right? He's at the point where Peter is basically in a sleep, having a vision, and he's seeing in what is sheet coming down from the Lord. Right? Read on.
Verse number 12. Wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth.
Right. So this thing on this sheet is all manner of four-footed beasts. Right. Read on.
And wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air.
Right. So this is how you know it's a what? A vision. Because on this little sheet right here, it have all manner of what? Four-footed beasts, creatures that could what? Crawl on it. So it's a vision. Right? This is not what? This is not actual what? It's not an actual beast. It's not an actual, this is a vision. Right? Read on.
Verse 13. And there came a voice to him, "Rise, Peter, kill and eat."
Right. So this voice came to him and said, what? Rise. And whatever was on that sheet, kill and what?
kill and eat.
Read.
Verse 14. But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have
Right. And just remember, Peter is in his what? He's sleeping. But he's getting a vision. And in that vision, he is able to do what? To answer and say what?
Not so, Lord.
Not so. Because
I
what was on that sheet was what? Read on.
For I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
Anything that is what?
Common or unclean.
Pig. Anything that is what?
Common or unclean.
A horse. Read on.
And the voice spoke unto him again the second time, Would God has cleansed, that call not thou common.
Right. So in the voice in his head saying what? In his vision saying, whatever the Lord say clean is clean. Right? Read on.
This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven.
Right. This was done 2 times, and the vessel was received up into heaven. Read on.
Verse number 17. Now while Peter doubted in himself, what this vision which he had seen should mean.
So Peter said it out his own mouth. It's a what?
A vision.
A vision. Now, before you finish, read. If this was real, right, then what should Peter have done? Come on.
If you mean like when he woke up?
Yeah, when he woke up, what he should have do?
Well, if it was real, then, or if it was just literal, there'd be nothing to talk about. It'd be like, well, God wants me to eat whatever was in the thing. Like, God told me to, don't call nothing uncommon. But he still had to think about it. Like, damn, what the hell did that dream even mean? Like, you know what I mean? But they trying to make it seem like it's just a straightforward, oh yeah, just eat whatever you see. If that's the case, he wouldn't have to think about it.
Yes, he wouldn't have to think about it. Or he would have just gone and do what? Kill a pig.
Right.
We ain't reading about him killing a pig, right? The other verses, did Peter go kill a pig or a snake or any crawling thing or anything that was unclean? Did he go kill anything? Come on.
So right, because it literally, like I was saying, it said rise, kill, and eat. So he should have got up, killed the pig, and ate it.
Yeah.
That's not what he did. That's not what he's talking about.
That's not what he did.
Animals like
but he knows that this dream has some type of meaning in the work that he was doing, the mission he was on.
Right.
You understand? And him being a mighty Lord, he had to sit down and say, what the hell is this? I know I'm not supposed to eat no pig. I know I'm not supposed to eat no duck or no snake. I know I'm not supposed to eat that. What the hell is this? Read on.
Chapter 10, verse 17 in the middle. Behold, the man which was sent from Cornelius had made inquiry of Simon's house and stood before the gate and called and asked whether Simon, which was surnamed Peter, were lodged there.
Right. Read on.
While Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, Behold, 3 men seek thee. Arise therefore, and get thee down, and go with them, doubting nothing, for I have sent them.
You understand? So now he gave what? A messenger came to him, an angel came to him and tell him do what? 3 men coming to you. You go down and do what? Meet them. After you don't get its vision. Read on.
Verse number 21. Then Peter went down to the men which were sent unto him from Cornelius, and said, Behold, I am he whom ye seek. What is the cause wherefore ye are come?
Read on.
And they said, Cornelius the centurion, a just man, and one that feared God, and of the good report among all the nations of the Jews.
Right, and And this is one of the next things with Christian. They're going to come and tell you that Cornelius was a white man. What you're reading about right now is describing a black man. You understand?
Right.
A man that feared the Lord. And he is just.
Salaki, sir.
It's giving you a description. Come on.
Salaki, sir, if I could, I know you probably, might go into it briefly, but that's because Christians are not historians. They don't study history. They don't study anything at all. They certainly don't study the Bible. They see the word centurion, and they think that every person who had any kind of rank or authority in Roman occupied places was a white Italian person. They think it was Tony Soprano. That is not the case. That is historically inaccurate. Rome was like America.
That's
Being
it.
a Roman citizen, anybody can get Roman citizenship.
That's it.
So, once you had Roman citizenship,
right?
You can be
that
an
was
officer,
it.
you can be you be a centurion, you can get high army in the Roman occupied spaces because it didn't operate like how people think it was. It's like America, Slovakia.
Right. And just to give you a historical history on back then, if you were not in Jerusalem, if you weren't born in Jerusalem, grow in Jerusalem, you was not recognized as being a Jew or being black. And the brothers that were grown and born in Jerusalem looked at the brothers outside of Jerusalem as what? What they looked at them as?
Gentiles.
As Gentiles.
Right.
You understand? As Gentiles. They looked at them as not being what? Part of what? Part of Israel.
Right.
They were cut off. According to our law, you were cut off. Right? Because it wasn't born in Jerusalem. You have Roman citizenship? Nah. They didn't accept you, and you're going to see it. Read on.
Acts chapter 10, verse 22 in the middle. Was warned from God by an holy angel to send for thee into his house and to hear words of thee.
Read on.
Verse number 23. Then called he them in and lodged them. And on the morrow, Peter went away with them, and certain brethren from Joppa accompanied him.
Read on.
And on the morrow, after they entered into Caesarea, and Cornelius waited for them, and had called together his kinsmen and their friends. And as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. But Peter took him up, saying, Stand up, I myself also am a man. And he talked with him and went in and found many that were come together.
You understand? Many who? Many who?
Many of the scattered.
Many who? Come on.
Israelites.
Yes, many brothers who were doing what? They were searching for what? The truth. Right? Read on.
Sir. Acts chapter 10, verse 28. And he said unto them, Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation.
Now, this is the whole chapter 10, that part you're reading about right here. The answer is right here. You read that whole vision about being unclean. What is he saying right here?
But God has showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
That I should not what?
I should not call any man common
any pig
or unclean.
Any
pig. Any man.
Any duck.
Any man.
Any snake.
Any man.
That's the vision. You
That's
understand?
right.
That's the vision. because that's how they looked at brothers in Jerusalem. Yeah, I mean brothers outside of Jerusalem. They looked at them as being unclean like you eat pig. You understand? Like you'll eat any wild meat, you call it in the Caribbean. You understand? They were unclean. But Peter was letting them know that he had a vision and that these were brothers also too. You understand?
Cancer.
All right. So that's the answer in a nutshell right there. You understand?
Can.
You good with that?
Can. The water, sir.
Oh, I understand. All right. That one, I'm a video. I want to hold you all too long.
Concert.
Right. There's a video here. I think it came out maybe a week ago, right? I think this came out like a week ago. Right?
Concert.
Tabon, if I play something, right, would you all hear it? If it's not tell me if you're hearing this, right?
So there's a tab. So like, so can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Could you hear what I was playing there?
Yeah. Sir, but let me refresh my page. There's a delay, sir.
Okay. It could be me because I'm on this old computer here. And I'm putting it to work right now. I'm putting it to work. So go ahead and play it tab one. He's there? Or he left out? I'm out of back. Yeah. Go ahead. So you can play the video. We'll skip around in it a little bit. But I want to get to the part with Mark Lamont. But go ahead.
Concert.
If you have an issue, just let me know. I'll put it up on my screen.
Well, because he.
Sorry, sir.
No, go ahead. No, I'm saying if you're having issues, I'll put it up on my screen.
Sorry,
yeah,
sir.
go ahead.
Concert. I think I'm not sure if everybody else can see it and hear it.
He made a comment about not wanting to be identified as African American. Here's what he said.
When you go for the test, when you get you this, down, and third, this, that, I'm going to be honest with you. I'd rather feeling black than African American because Africans don't even fuck with us.
Wow.
Because they don't.
And Americans do?
Well, you're American, Mace. You're born in America. When you go to the Olympics, when I say African American, you go over there, they call us Yankees and all that. They fuck with us, but we're not from the motherland. We're from America. So I'd rather say I'm a black American. When we go to the Olympics as a country and somebody black is fighting from the United States, you don't say African American, you say American. You don't even put a color on it. It's an American fighter fighting a European fighter, or China or Japanese or anything. You're known in the Olympics as an American.
You pause it?
Concert. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. Now skip to the 2 minutes, right? Now, you know what I mean? The brother, he trying real hard. He's saying what? He's saying that we are not what? He don't want to be called what? He don't want to be called an African. He'd rather be called what? Black American. He wants to be called an American. Huh? Come on. Akim, you're hearing me good?
Sir, I think there might be a crazy delay though.
On whose side? My side?
Well, actually, you just responded to that pretty quick, so I'm not sure if everybody else is hearing me like right now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Akim, Fayetteville, you will hear a delay?
Nah, so we hear you fine.
Okay, it could be
it could just be me.
Yeah, okay, stop playing the video.
So
we gotta do something about that though. We pay too much money to them to Spectrum. You know what I mean? I.S.U.P.K, you're saying something?
I was saying, so like you said, we hear you and Officer Tabawan just fine.
No, Tabawan is saying he's getting a delay.
Well, so like I said, I think it might be Tawab now.
Yeah, so I think it's the is what's going on that side there. All right. So let me just play it.
Come on. I think now, yeah, it's
all right.
Come on.
Okay, no sweat. Oh yeah. So we just watching this here, right? Now Cameron is saying that he doesn't want to be called what African American because he said what the Africans don't F with us, right? Where you get that from? The U.P.K been saying that since 1969. You understand? Now these so-called Africans, they come across here and they don't mess with black people. You understand? They come across here and they separate themselves from us. You understand? And you don't hear so-called Africans being unalive or being brutalized like you will hear about what? A Judite or a Benjamite here in America. You understand? Or a Levite. You understand? Or a Mexican or the Hispanic tribe. Don't hear about it like that. You understand? But to say you want to be called an American means that you're what? What does that say?
So like that one.
Come on.
It means you want to be an American.
Well, yeah, but what does that say about him, though? Remember, he has a platform where he's trying to do what? What is he trying to do on that platform?
Like it, sir, have an independent platform.
No, okay. What is he trying to do right and there on that platform?
To separate from the rest of the podcast?
He's trying to teach black people that they should not be what? They shouldn't be called what? African American. They should be called what?
Black.
They should choose black. You understand? He trying, but he ain't got it. He ain't that priest, though. He ain't coming here and did his 90 days in all black. You understand? And then sat down and did the officer test. So he doesn't know. So the most he's going to tell you is he's going to tell you to be what? An American. Right? When either one of them has nothing to do with your culture, has nothing to do with your people. You understand? So which means he is what? He's still lost. Lost, are you saying lost in the sauce? He's still lost. Right? Now, you would think things bad with him. Right? I think this brother here, he has a degree.
Appreciate you. I love you. I love the work you're doing. You're one of my favorite rappers. And now to watch you and Mace on that show doing the work you're doing is incredibly important. It's empowering and it is uplifting. But with that platform, of course, comes a big responsibility because people look to you for insight. They look to you for advice. They shape their worldview based on what you say. So when you made that statement, it's going to have other people echoing it. And I want to make sure that we break down what's right about what you said and what's wrong about what you said. For me, saying you black is cool. I often say I'm black as opposed to African American because I don't want to exclude my brothers and sisters from the Caribbean, my brothers and sisters from the continent of Africa. In the United States, when you say you black, it encompasses all of that. because the police don't care if you came in on a boat last year or 400 years ago. When you don't get the job, or you don't get the house, or you don't get the credit, or you don't get whatever African from the continent, whether you're African from the Caribbean, or to include all of us. I'm with that part of it. But we can't let go of Africa, my brother. And I'll tell you why. First of all, the idea that Africa.
Good night.
Selection, I think you muted out of one.
I said, Salakia, I said, go a week without the order run. Right, Mark Lamont? Go put a plate in your lap. Go do that. You want to join us on to people who don't even vibe with us? You know what I mean? At least, you know what I mean, Cameron, at least, you know what I mean, seeing that they don't vibe with us. But what is Cameron not seeing also too? That the real Americans ain't what? Vibing with us too. So you got these two brothers in positions where they have a what? A mass following. But what they're doing?
Leading
They're
us to
leading the flock astray. You understand?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Salaki, if I could, I guess I got a question on this topic.
Come on. Mm-hmm.
Like, basically, because I know what you're saying. I don't want. It's basically showing just how ridiculous the whole African American moniker is. Because really, we're not African, we're not American. But at the same time, is it like, okay, so just for Cameron to say, I consider myself a Black American. I think Floyd Mayweather said the same thing, right? Would that be are they both equally wrong, or is it like, because remember, because Paul called himself after he was in the truth, he said he was a Jew. I am a Jew from Tarsus. You know what I'm saying? He said where he's from. Like, I'm a Jew, but I'm from Tarsus. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Greece. I grew up, wherever, right? So to say I'm a Black American, we know that when people say that, they're just saying, like, look, I'm Black, but I'm not African. Like, my people are from America. My grandmother's from South Carolina. My great-grandfather's from Georgia, and so on. So is it, you know what I mean? Like, so is Cameron, I feel like, but I feel like this, make it simple. I feel like what Cameron is saying, I know they're both wrong, but I feel like I kind of vibe with what Cameron is saying more, only from the sense that we all grew up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, I'm from New York, or I'm from North Carolina. It's like, is it that much different than saying, well, I'm from America, so I call myself American? Slack you.
I think you vibe with Cameron because he's from New York.
And he rap, sir. New York rap.
And he rap. You know what I mean? No. But top one, what you're saying is, you know what I mean, is on point. On a real note, right? You know what I mean? He is okay. It's softer on the ears with hearing Cameron saying that he's a Black American. He's still wrong. When Paul say he was a Jew from Tarsus, he is actually telling you, giving you his right what?
Lineage.
Yes. You understand? Remember, Black is a color, but it's also described, you know what I mean, a people. You understand? Not everybody call themselves Black. You know what I mean? A specific you know what I mean, and ethnicity calls themselves Black. And that's the so-called Judites. You understand? With the Benjamin, with the Levites and all too. You understand? Sure, the Mexicans, everybody else in it also too. Right? And that Black is based on how we were treated. You understand? Our state in America. Come on. You're just going to say something?
So like this is along those lines of what you're saying. Just the question also too, because a lot of times, and I want to make sure we're not wrong in saying this, because along those same lines, of not calling yourself or identifying yourself as American or what have you, a lot of our Issachar brothers or brothers from different tribes, like a brother will say my Mexican brothers, my Puerto Rican brothers, my Trinidadian brothers, my Jamaican brothers. Is it more wrong or equally wrong to identify them by Trinidad, Jamaica, Mexico, or is it a little bit different because we know America is Babylon? You know what I mean? Is it different or is it the same, Salaki?
No, okay. When I said you speaking about are you speaking about brothers in the truth or brothers in the world saying my Trinidadian brothers, my Mexican brothers? Who are you talking about?
I would say brothers in the truth. Brothers in the truth, because I've heard brothers say, you of course we more than likely will say our Israelite brothers, but we also will at times, to identify them, we'll say, yeah, well, look what's happening to the Mexicans down at the border. Well, we know what Mexicans we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that we know what Mexicans we're talking about, but it's different for like so-called Negroes, quote unquote, Salak?
Because they ain't in the truth. They ain't coming here. Brothers in here know who the Mexicans are, know who the Trinidadians are, know who the Jamaicans are, know who the brothers in America are. So, I mean, when we converse, I mean, we may talk like that, but we know exactly who is who. You understand? And when we go on and we speak, when we go on the street, when we say our Mexican brothers, that's to let the people in the street know that Issachar is our brother. And we don't say, well, the Issacharites is our brothers on the street, because why? The brothers on the street, they don't know Hebrew. They don't know the Hebrew names for the tribes. So we will say those names just so that they know that those are the children of God. You understand? Those Jamaican, those black brothers in Jamaica, they are God chosen people. Their lineage is from the tribe of Benjamin, Banyamian. You understand what I'm saying? You will use that for teaching purposes. You understand? These men are splitting us in two. They're splitting us in two. One is joining us on America, you know what I mean, with the sole purpose of saying, yeah, we're black, and he is just separating himself from the so-called African. But he's not just saying, I'm black, he didn't just say, well, we're different from the oppressors also too. So we can't call ourselves American. So I just identify as being black. He's not saying that.
So, like, if I may, I don't want. So, like, and that's why we say so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. I don't want.
Yes, I know. Correct. Now, give me in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, Ham, quickly. All right. So the Mark, you know what I mean, and all the schooling that he get, he needs to just pick. You know what I mean. He just had to pick the Bible up and start reading, or just come and sit down in class, come in all black and sit down. You know what I mean? These brothers think they know everything on the planet Earth.
Like it
they could talk the English language good. They could, you know what I mean? They could, you know what I mean? How to put it? They're well educated, but not in this Bible. Like you know what I mean? Like you brothers sitting down in these classes and teaching Black and Hispanics their real identity. Come on.
Like I want. This is the definition for Ham out of the Compact Bible Dictionary. The youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood. One of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races. Not
right. So how you understand? Not the what?
The Negroes.
Not the Negroes. Not the black man in America. You understand? Read.
But the Egyptians, Ethiopians.
But the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, go ahead.
Libyans and Canaanites.
Libyans and the what? Canaanites. All those what are African. Ham is the progenitor of these Africans, not the Negroes. We are not Africans.
That's right.
You understand? We are
Right.
not Africans, Mark Lamont. So don't try to join us onto Africans. And we don't just stay away from Africans because they don't hang with us. We stay away from them because they are not our people. They're not us.
Right.
You understand? Let me play it on again. I know we up on the
Africans
time.
don't fuck with us is, I think, not true. It's exaggerated and inflated. Africa's a continent, and every country is different. Every region is different. The idea of calling Africa a single place is something that really Europeans did. It happens in a way that ignores the fact that there ain't even black in North Africa, a whole bunch of Arabs. Are there people who come here and think they better than the average nigga on the street? Absolutely. And some of them got to get a nigga wake-up call when the police culture saw the connection. They felt the love from the African people. And for that reason, many people are building alliances. Our dear brother Boris Kojo was doing right now, trying to build political.
All right. You all know this man right here, right?
Okay.
He's one of us? Is he one of us?
I don't believe so, sir.
Yeah, he's not one of us. Understand?
Boris Cujo? Yeah, Boris Cujo.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Adolf was trying to stop this. You understand? This is a German. You understand? His father was a German. His mother, I think, was from Ghana. You understand?
Right.
But they constantly trying to join us on to these people, man. Constantly. Right?
Cultural and economic infrastructure in Africa, us folk in America. The brother Akon is trying to do the same thing. Have some critiques of what he's doing.
Right? You bring up Akon. Right?
He is definitely an African.
Yeah, he's definitely an
He's
African.
definitely an African. He definitely is. Skywalker, he definitely an African, sir.
Yes, he is. But with him, right? With him, you understand? With him, Akon, this little bastard right here, this little I would say bowel movement right here, in the middle right here. You understand? I'll steal William joke. You know what I mean? Well, I broke. I gave $2 for Cat Williams. You know what I mean? This let's see this right here. Straight up movement with that
that's building on
with that
the
shape
west
up.
side. On the south side, you got piano growing, which is equivalent to what our dance music is in Africa. Because when you take that tempo, when you take electro or electronic, it actually blends perfectly. So now we got culture on both sides of the eye. That's when things started changing for me. But then, you got artists like Black Sheriff, who I think is monster.
Amazing.
Like he
Did
was
you was at the Mobos the other day, wasn't you?
Yeah, I was there.
And I was blown away by his performance.
No, he's a beast.
He's so young. I interviewed him the other day for something else that I do. And first of all, I can't believe he's 20. Second of all, I could not believe his stage presence was so good. And I feel at a time now, a lot of young people, they don't know how to perform live anymore because, like you said, everything's on socials and you just go live. Your following are just happy to see you alive now because they don't want to go.
But Africa, we wake up morning look at these youth. We a little different when it comes to stage presence. Now in America, oh yeah, them niggas gonna be wobbling, pants hanging half down, half to sleep because they high as hell.
Right, yeah.
But Africa, we wake up morning look at these.
You on mute, Cap.
I said this is Gustin Bowell movement. Understand? Like he wants to come and do what? This black people, you understand? This us like, you know what I mean? Like we trash after they done make what? Millions off of us?
Come.
Like you, sir.
But I understand love your people. Come on.
So
somebody says, I think it was Tabon, you said it first, right? Come on.
I was just saying, this dude, nobody knew who he was till Locked Up came out. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. He was a nobody. He had music before that nobody cared about. It was not until he released Locked Up with Styles P that people knew who he was. So for him to say that, and then he rolled that wave, he started doing songs. He did more songs with Styles P and all like he rode that wave or whatever and did what he did. And like, but his whole career would be nothing if it wasn't for so-called Negroes, so-called Black Americans, Hispanics, and Native Indians too as well. Salaki.
Yes. Correct. Come on.
So like I was gonna say what Cameron and that other brother was it Lamont? What they was doing is would have blacks, Hispanics joining America and African militaries, you know what I'm saying, based off of what they saying, because you will see no difference between you and America and Africa, you know what I'm saying? So you would go and join their militaries and fight against your people or oppress your people, or see a brother trying to get out of jail or prison, and you would say, no, send him back, because you know what I'm saying, you don't look at him as a brother. When this bastard right here, you understand, is drawing a wedge. He drawing a line in the sand, telling you that you not us. You understand? I use your culture to get rich, but these Negroes with the saggy pants and all this and that. You understand? He used our culture to get rich, but he turned around and now he's saying, y'all not us.
Right. And talk more. We high on drugs. This, that, the other. Right. He took all his money and took it back to where? Africa. He didn't try to help them brothers who was on drugs. He didn't try to help them, right? Right? But Mark Lamont and them will want to come and sit down and tell us what? To join them. And then you'll have Cameron saying that we Americans. Now I vibe more with Cameron with him saying the black part. I vibes with that black part. You understand? But definitely not the African. I ain't taking that label. No.
So
come on.
I had a precept. Basically,
come on.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 9. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom.
Yes.
And,
go ahead. And what you're trying to say there, trying to say when they say deliver the whole captivity up to Edom is calling us Americans?
Kind of on concept. Basically,
yes. Yes. You understand? You're trying to call us Americans, and instead they try to call us by our name. We are Israelites. We are the Jews of the Bible. You understand? Instead of coming out and saying these so-called Jewish people are not the real Jews. We're the Jews. That's what I should be seeing on the paper. Jew. You understand? That's what's supposed to be on that paper filling out. Right? Now, this bastard talking about us high on drugs and pants sagging. Now, why he don't go help his people?
Because he know that we're not his people, I don't want.
I'm saying why he don't go help his people. Meaning them Africans and them get off this. You're reading, who want to read the headline for me?
So I can read it.
Come on, read it.
Zombie drug containing human bones kills users every week and is also addictive. So addictive dealers have to rob graves to keep up with the man.
Yeah, with demand. They have to do what? Rob graves. Let's see who brother is this. Who people is this? Read on.
A new zombie drug containing human bones is sweeping through Sierra Leone, killing around a dozen users every week and leading dealers to rob graves to keep up with demand. Kush is a synthetic drug made from toxic chemicals, herbs, cannabis, disinfectant, and shockingly, human bone fragments.
You understand? All the way from where? Sierra Leone. And you're gonna try to join me or join us onto them? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
Damn right.
You understand? We are not Africans. Let me finish off with Jeremiah 14:2. Bedrock. We are not Africans. All right? Cameron and Mark Lamont. You all need to come in here in all black men. Sit down. No, you all have all that money. You all trust in another man.
So like, sir, I got it.
Come on, go ahead.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the gates thereof languish.
Right?
They are black unto the ground.
You can clearly see the gates are what? Languish. Your black leaders like Martin Luther King. You understand? Your black brothers that these young men look up to, trying to aspire to be. They just opening the floodgates. What did it say?
Okay. And the gates thereof, it's like Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish.
We sad. And to boot, what? And we broken. To boot, the gates languish. Meaning we have no type of leadership. You have one saying that we black Americans, the other one saying we had to be Africans. We have to accept these Africans. The gates what? Languish. Read on.
Come on. They are black unto the ground.
They are what?
Black unto the ground.
Describing the so-called black Americans. They're the Judites. They're the Jews. You understand? Of this Bible. You understand? Just like Christ. If Christ was walking here right now, he would be considered a Judite, a black American. You understand? Read on.
Come on. And the cry of Jerusalem is going up.
And the cry of Jerusalem is what?
Going up.
Going up. You understand? We the real Jews of the Bible. Them so-called fake Jews across there in Israel. You understand? They're not the real Jews. They're from the Khazar Empire. Khazarian Empire. The Ashken, the ancient name Ashkenaz. And the ancient name, the name in the Bible is what? Amalek. You understand? They're not the real Jews. We the real Jews. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Understand? And with that, you all have any questions before I let you all out and I'll run over the time? Any questions? All good? All right, with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Bankayal.
Men of Israel, Majim, we're going to render one courtesy salute to Captain I.S.U.P.K. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shimei
Yahweh Shimei Shai Barak a thumb.
Yada Matah, hands down, Sergeant, turning face to sisters. Men of Israel, sisters Majim. Men of Israel, let's render one courtesy salute to our sisters. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak. Yahweh Yada Matah. The shot means to be seated. I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The Book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew. It's pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. The priest funds, the free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming Holy Convocation. We have the Feast of Purim, 14th and 15th day of the 12th month. That's Thursday, February 22nd, and Friday, February 23rd of this year, according to the book of Esther, chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. We also have the Lord's Passover coming up April 20th, $200 per adult. It's 18 and above. Pay your Passover fund. We're going to have the Passover here in North Carolina, April the 20th. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that,